Well, good morning. Welcome to my very first Camp Challenge Alliance video. Hashtag Camp Challenge Alliance. I'm not going super far for this, guys, but I am going into the woods. I am anticipating a wet morning. It calls for a couple of showers later on. So I'm out a little early so that I can get my tarp set up, maybe get some wood set aside. Most of the wood in this where I'm going is all little tiny stuff, so I'm gonna have to get a lot of it to last me tonight. I've got my dinner, my supper. I've even got a little something for breakfast. I have my 5 items. We'll get to those when I get up, one of which, as you know, is my tarp, my sleeping bag, my fire steel, my pot, and I can't remember number 5. My axe. I took my axe instead of my saw because I'm going to want some poles and I'm going to want some stakes for my tarp, and I figured better to have an axe than a saw. So that's my 5 items. I'll show them to you when I gets up and gets to my place. But I want to get on the move again, even though I am currently still moving. A little squirrel had a little feed off of the rosebuds. If I'm not mistaken, you can eat them. Well, he ate them, so. Looks like there's some pine cone there too. A couple of pine cones and a little rose hip. He just filled his belly and went on. That's good though. Okay. See these white flower things? I don't know what they're called. But when you take them, they're a bit damp. But they're full of this fluff. When they're dry, fluffs up big time. So I'm going to take some of this, because it's not really damp, but I'm going to put some of this in my pocket. And these are what I'm going to use for my tinder. And as you can see, there's lots of them here. So I'm just going to take from the tops where it's probably going to be at its driest. I'm just going to keep stuffing some of that in my pocket for when I do go to get a fire going. Maybe I won't have such a hard time of it. Okay guys, here's another great score. Birch trees. I can peel off some of this outer bark and use this to make my fire. Alrighty guys, this is where I'm just going to look around another bit, but I think right here is where I'm going to set up. I'm going to make my bed going this way. I'm going to have to cut some of these limbs down, but I'll use them to put a base for my bed. The ground is spongy a bit, but it's also wet. So that's why I'm going to put down the boughs. And then I think I'm just going to do a tarp setup that goes down and out and a little awning over it. Then I'm going to have my fire in front. And I got a river right here, a little one. I can get some rocks very easily. Now, river rocks are not normally suggested, but the type of rock that's in there I know is pretty good for making fires. And I've also got this big natural wall here on this side. Big steep embankments all around behind me, so I got no worries of anything coming from behind. It's just there's a path here and a path here. And there's a nice big birch tree right there. If I need more birch bark, I can get it very easily. So I'm just going to wander down this path for a little bit and see what it's like. There's also, look, pine pitch. Somebody cut the limbs off there, and the tree is producing pine pitch. That stuff will burn really good if I need to. Now I got it on my fingers. But that stuff will burn really good if I need to. Yep, after a bit of exploring. Boy, that spot that I was at is probably the best. Somebody got trail markers on a lot of these trees here, so the trails are being used. Hopefully they don't come up while I'm sleeping. Doubt it. I doubt they'll be up after dark. But I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work on setting stuff up, because I will lose daylight really quick here. So now let's go over my 5 items, shall we? Look at the big pieces of pine resin there. I won't have no trouble with fire, I don't say. A spark should ignite that, no problem. Okay, so I got my sleeping bag. In here, I've got some lighting. I've got my fire steel. Lighting is included, so that's not an item. My fire steel is an item. That's 2. I do have some extra clothing. That does not count. I've got my pot, that's 3. I've got my axe, that's 4. And I've got my tarp as number 5. So why I choose these 5 items? I need my tarp for shelter and my sleeping bag for warmth. That's obvious. I choose an axe over a saw or a knife because I just find the axe is a little bit more versatile for what I want to do. My pot to cook and boil water because I do have some food that I want to cook in the pot. I also have some meat that I'll be making a stick spit to cook on. Maybe a little different than a normal spit. And of course my fire steel to start fires. So that is my 5 items. You'll see me setting them up and using them throughout the day. I've got my gloves because that's considered clothing, and I'm going to need those to keep my hands from getting real sticky. Get warm, guys. Oops. Gotta get some stakes now for my tarp. I'm on my ridge line. One for the pole, 2 for the back. It's a bunch of little pieces, look at that. Who would have thought? And I got my big stake. Just gonna hitch this with a simple overhand. I've got it wrapped around here. Now I'm gonna bring it out and stake it down. Now guys, there are lots of different ways to do a tarp setup, but just for tonight, for what I'm doing, I'm going to do a relatively simple setup. For the moment I'll just do the sides. I can go through there. Not quite, that's okay. And this one I can actually tie to my ridge pole. See this big long rope, guys? This is where a knife will come in handy. But I ain't got a knife. I got an axe. This is just old cheap line, and I'm not worried about cutting this stuff up. So even when I go to pack up, I can just chop that off and not worry about it. Okay guys, that's the 2 ends. I gotta run a ridge line across the back to hold the tarp because I don't have that many tie outs. Then I'm gonna pull the top forward and tie it off. And I'll show you what it looks like when I get it done. You can probably tell I'm getting really warm, so I'm gonna take off my jacket and that while I'm doing it. Alrighty guys, I got it mostly set up. I just got to put the center spike down in the bottom. But I got it tied off lower on the foot end and higher on the head end. I can put my gear up here. I ran a ridge line out to the tree, a little one up to this tree. And this one is tied around here to keep it out that way and then tied up to this. So that's my roofing, my bedding. This is my shelter. If it gets really bad, or if it starts to rain really heavy, I can take this and lower it down and make almost like an A-frame tent, so then I'll be fully protected if I have to. Right now I'm just going to throw my gear underneath there and start looking for some firewood to pile up, because I am going to need firewood. Even before I attempt to start a fire pit, I'm going to have to get firewood just in case it does start to rain. And stuff is still wet, so I gotta go. Well, just going to sit down for a little bit guys and break up some of this wood. I got a pile here, and some little stuff over here. It's very tangly trying to get it, so my big goal is going to be get enough wood for tonight. Because you know what they say, when you think you have enough, make it 3 times bigger. I don't think I have enough yet. So let's get this stuff out. Let's see if it fuzzed up at all. It looks like it, yeah, it did, look. See that? That's going to make a really good tinder. The more of this I can get done, the better off I'll be. I've been breaking up a whole lot of littler and bigger piles of wood so that I've got them. Yeah, I didn't cool off a lot, but I do have to get up and get more. And then I'm just going to sit down and do it all over again. Because I'm starting to run out of what I had around me here. It's almost all broke up. When it's all broke up, it doesn't look like very much at all, because it's not. Not from 6 o'clock on, really. It starts getting dark around 6 o'clock. And I have to make dinner too, so I'm going to have to break my tinder into two. I also collected a little bit of the pine pitch to throw in with my tinder. So that should help it burn a little bit longer and a little bit better. Alright guys, got my fire pit ready, got some wood ready, got my shelter set up. Gonna sit down and relax for a little while now because I am really warm. I've been working non-stop for about 4 hours now, maybe longer. So yeah. Time for a break. Getting the wood is not so easy here. I thought it might have been a little bit easier than what it is. It's actually not that easy to get the wood here because it's very tangly to get in and around. And it's all little tiny stuff. There's nothing big about the wood here, that's for sure. Well, you can see the forest on me. There's no big dead wood at all. Not a bit. So I guess I finished up just in time. It's foggy out and misty. That's why I'm not drying out so quick, see guys? The humidity level is up. Like I said, it's not... I don't find it super cold because it's still only in the 50s. But with that humidity level, it's really hard to dry out. So I'm thinking the fire might happen a little bit earlier than what I had planned. This is just a stone out of the river. It's a good sandstone. Which makes it really good for sharpening. You can see when it's wet, it even builds up that little slurry. It's very important to keep your tools sharpened and maintained. There was a couple of little burrs on my axe from a previous use. Might actually take that stone home with me. Certainly it's not razor blade sharp, but it certainly resharpened it. I wouldn't want to get it. I wouldn't want to accidentally slip and hit my hand or anything with it, that's for sure. But if I had to, I could make curls and everything with it now, look. So I've got some pitch. I've got some pitch. I have some of the little very thinly shredded bark. I have some of that fuzzy, I don't even know what kind of plant it is, but it's fuzzy. We're going to call it fuzzy plant. I've got a bunch of little twigs here. I'm going to start sorting out some of this now to start a little fire. See how it goes. Hope it burns okay because everything is really wet, so. Fire steel. A bit of a slant, it's okay. Now it's just to keep tending to this and keep going. Keep my fire steel there with my gloves. I didn't really need this extra birch bark, but it's always good to have it on hand just in case you do need it. It's going to be a bit of a smoky fire because, like I said before, stuff is a little damp. That's okay, as long as I can get it going decent. It won't matter about it being damp. Alright guys, for dinner, I got some frozen meats in here, it's sweating in the bag, and they're okay. But for dinner, I simply got a Mr. Noodles. I think I might make a cup of coffee or something with it. So for that, the first thing I gotta do is get my pot boiled. Here's my pot full of water. there for now. And I can even poke some stuff underneath here. Just to get it going. Now, because of the limitations of our challenge, I do not have a cup. I do have my little coffee filter because I was taking my coffee because that's my food and drink. But I don't have a cup and I don't have a spoon. And I got a pot that's tipping over on me. Let's just put it there. Some stuff going behind it. So I'm gonna have to get a little twig or something to stir my coffee, but I won't have no trouble making my coffee, which is the main goal. It's kind of tippy, leave it like that. Stay. I just doused most of my fire with half of my water. My pot started to tip over. Yeah, I cursed a little bit then too, guys, sorry. Let's see if I can get this going again. Because I'm not done. I burnt my fingers. Well guys, I successfully burnt my finger grabbing the pot. I got my coffee ready. I got my glove ready. So I don't burn my finger on the pot again. I do got the fire burning again, albeit it's only burning on one side, so it has to dry back out again. I just threw a load of birch bark in there and some stuff. I lost about half of my water. That's what you calls a real rookie mistake, right? It's a bit of a nuisance with the fire.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
Well, my smoky friends. Can't see. Got my top boiling. Eyes burning. This is done. These are ready to eat. I try to clean some of this stuff off of the bottom of my pot later, but look. A little packet of sauce. Sauce powder. Got my eating sticks, which I'm just going to singe them off a little bit. Not that it matters much. I already have one of them in my cup. just to get the fuzzy off of it though, right? So far so good. See the color of the water. This is why I'm not drinking this. I don't mind using it to rinse out my stuff, but I don't really want to eat it, like drink it. Unless I absolutely had to, then I'd make a filter. It's not going to get super cold tonight either, so I will have a good night out here, I think. I don't think I'll have any issues whatsoever with this challenge here today. Really glad I could take you guys along. Makes the experience that much more enjoyable for everybody. Even though I'm a bit smoky, I can deal with that. Once I lays down, the smoke won't really bother me anyway, because it's mostly up here at this level. I've just been collecting some more wood, guys, and making sure that I'm going to have enough for tonight. I think I got enough now with what I got there to break up. I've been collecting wood for another hour or so. I do have some bigger ones that I'm going to have to chop. I'm just getting through the smaller bits. But guys, this will do nicely. Starting to get a little late now. I might be able to collect another bit of wood. My fire going really good, even though I dumped a pot of water on it. Just gonna relax for a little bit now, guys. Take it easy. My biggest job today was probably the firewood. I'm looking for a good spot to set up. This is not the greatest of spots, don't get me wrong. The ground is lumpy here. So I'm anticipating that I might be a little lumpy tonight when I'm laid down going to sleep. It's not perfectly level either, so it might keep waking me up. Well, that should make it a little bit more comfortable. I took off my hat again. Yeah, that should make it a little bit more comfortable. There was a couple of spots there that was digging in me. I said, let's go find a few more boughs while I'm just sitting around. It's going to compact down again, I know that. But at least now it has a little bit more loft and I might not feel some of those lumps. Easier with a knife, but this works fine. Knife is not so heavy. That works. Well guys, just laid around for a little while. Hauled up another bit of wood. It's actually started sprinkling rain a little tiny bit. But it's okay, it's only coming in a little tiny bit. It's not coming right in my shelter. So I am still good. Soon gonna be time to get something to eat on. I've got a couple of pieces of meat there. I think I'm just gonna make those for my supper tonight. It has started raining. I'm not getting much on my tarp just yet, but it is raining. All the trees are starting to drip with water, so it's raining. That's okay, I'm good in here. Gets a little tiny sprinkle once in a while, but nothing major, so I'm okay. Instead of a tea bag now, I have a coffee bag on a string. It'll be much easier to do, so I'm going to make another one now for tomorrow morning, so I have it. can't wait to have that. It's been raining ever since, guys. It started raining, I don't know, maybe an hour ago. Wasn't bad at first, but it's coming down pretty steadily, but not heavy. So it's okay. I'm not getting any in here. There's every now and again the wind blows and I get a little tiny bit. Nothing that I gotta worry about. So I'm just gonna stay snugged up in here and just putting a little tiny bit of wood on at a time. Try to spare it out as much as I can for the night now. Once it's gone, then I can just curl up in my sleeping bag and lay down and go to sleep. It's a rain. Yeah, the handle's ice cold. That's good. My meat is almost done. Alrighty guys, the meat is done. My coffee is still next to the fire, staying warm. This is my cutting tool. It's falling apart anyway. Oh my god. Okay guys, I'm gonna go and eat this. I will get back with you in a little while. So delicious. So my coffee tea bag idea worked perfectly. It's hard to see, but it's steeped out really, really good. So now I can just take this out and get rid of it. And I have a nice steaming cup of hot coffee. Starting to get dark now, guys. Soon be time to turn on the light. My little lighter. Maybe when I'm filming I'll turn it on for a minute and shut it off when I'm done. The ambient glow of the fire is nice too. So it's just at that point of the night now where the firelight is lighting stuff up, but the sky is still bright. It's that twilight hour. It's really nice. So, a little bit of rain. Coming down on the tarp. This is what it's all about, guys. Get out, have fun, enjoy yourself. Oh yeah, and a big huge shout out to Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Thank you for the cap. It's gonna do me well when I'm on these overnighters, because if the temperature drops down now, and it covers my ears, so if the temperature drops down, I don't have to worry. Thank you, Rebecca. You are a godsend. It's about 1 a.m. 2 a.m. Started raining pretty bad. The tarp started filling up with water, so I had to get up and change up the configuration a little bit. I just dropped the front down. Fire's completely out. I'm not cold. I don't even know what I recorded and what I didn't. I had some water running in up on the top part of the tarp here. Up right here. So I put a stick up and underneath it to stop the water from coming in. There was a lot of water gathered up on the top of this tarp. I had to get up and change it to an A-frame. So I should be good now for the night, I hope. There was a bit of water dripping in on me. I don't know if you can see it there on the tarp. So yeah, rude awakening. But I will get back with you guys later on, maybe tomorrow, hopefully. If I'm not up again. That light is bright in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's 10 to 7 in the morning. I got invaded. Do you see them? I don't even know if you can see them. Hang on now. Let me see if I can get them. 1, 2, 3. I'm willing to bet there's more. Yeah, I got invaded last night. And the inside of my tarp is a little wet. Well, I'm not. I'm dry. So I do have to get up now and open this up and get myself a little something to eat. God, don't you just love doing segments that you don't record? The hair on me, would ya? Bush almighty. That's alright, guys. I'm not too concerned about my hair, really. It's still pretty dark out. The sun is not quite up yet. And it seems like it's still wet and rainy a bit, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna get my fire going again now, so I can get something to eat on. I am sitting on my jacket, so I'm gonna haul that up and I'm gonna roll up my sleeping bag, so I got a bit of a comfy seat to sit on because man, oh man, my back is hurting from all them lumps last night. As it though. This was just the only part of the spot that I could get, that's all. Well guys, thoughts on my 5-item challenge. All in all, it was fine. I was semi-comfortable. The setup worked good. I stayed dry. I did have to close down the front of it, which was anticipated if it had to rain. What would I do differently? Either A, I would take a sleeping pad, or B, I would swap out for my hammock. Now the bough bed works great, but I couldn't get enough boughs where I'm to. There's limited trees and the boughs were up really high. And I wasn't going climbing trees or cutting down a big tree just to get the boughs off of it. And I didn't want to completely delimb a tree just for the sake of this little video, you know. So if I went to an area where there's a lot more trees, a bough bed would be fine. It worked okay here, but the ground is lumpy and it was hard to sleep in spots. I did get to sleep. I don't know what time it was when I fell asleep. But it was after 1 o'clock because that's when I had to get up and close my tarp. I want my fire burn out. Would I do this again? Absolutely. I absolutely would, yeah. I would look for a better spot, just something nice and flat to lay on, even if I laid in the path. It would have been better than what I'm laying on here. As I laid on the ground, I noticed there was a stump that was poking right in the middle of where I was sleeping on my hips. And my hips was hurting, so I had this under my hips, but that only did so much. But breakfast is almost done. Got myself a bacon kebab. And a nice steaming cup of coffee. Throw on this last bit of wood I got. Burn up now while I'm eating. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, my campsite is as I had found it. No fire pit, no boughs, no nothing, no litter left around. All my garbage is all picked up. Gonna head on out now guys. Successful 24-hour first Camp Challenge Alliance video complete. I hope everybody has a great day. Be safe, have fun, and I will catch you all on the next one, guys.